Hey everyone, my name is Jamie and welcome back to Asagao Academy! First off, sorry it's been like 2 months since I haven't played this game. I haven't played this game in my spare time either. I've been in college and life and work and things have taken over and I am sorry. I don't remember any place we were. I don't remember anything really except that we were at a convention with Jirard and Itty Bitty Kitties were a thing and we talked to this really cool person, or we talked to a couple cool people. Anyway, really sorry that there's like been a very big gap between recordings. So with that being said, let's get back into it. Yay, I'm so excited. Don't know how long the video is gonna be, because I've got some other stuff I gotta take care of, but it's really good to be recording it. So excited. Okay. The free play room was pretty much just a dimly lit, here we go, we're already messing up words, corridor lined with arcade machines, TVs, and computers chained to cinder blocks on the floor. I guess so nobody could steal it. Tables filled with people playing cards, tabletop and board games. Tabletop, and board games. Okay, though how they could see in the dim lighting, I didn't even know. Jirard led me through the end of the room and around a corner where there was a hidden seating area filled with people who were simply taking a break.
Hey guys!
Hey everybody! I forgot voices already. Somehow, as if by magic, everybody happened to converge in the free play room at the exact same time. Mai bopped along behind Jirard and PBG and I rushed to her side. Mai, I got something for you. You like this, right? I forgot what we got her. I fished the shirt I bought from Charlotte out of my bag and handed it to her. Truthfully, it wasn't as though I could afford to go buying presents for people, but I wanted to do something special for Mai. Oh my god, Tamaki is so hot. I think it was like Oran High School Host Club or something. Thank you, Hana. No problem. I'm glad you like it. How was your expedition? Oh, Hana. I'm in heaven. You have to win the tournament for the good of everyone. Uh-huh. Everyone. Yeah, okay, mostly me, but I'll tell you more about it later. She pointed to the guys who were staring at us expectantly. If the microphone clips or, like, I've been fiddling with this, since I haven't recorded in a while, my settings were kind of just like, so I had to like reset everything and it was echoing and it took me the longest to figure out how to like not make it echo. So if it echoes or the mic clips, I'm really sorry. I'm trying my best to get everything. I got a haircut, guys, since the last time you've seen me. Got like 4 inches off. But anyway, cool. I hope everybody's been doing great and your lives are all great and I'm so glad to be back recording. Pardon? Where do you guys want to go eat? John's got this pizza place that's apparently super good. And Jirard, yay. That works for me, right, Mai? Sorry, Hana, I'm actually going out with some friends. With some friends? Hana's like, you have friends? Other than me? Mai clasped her hands together as if in prayer. Yeah, I found some cute guys who want to take me for food. I don't know if I can bring you along, I'm sorry. What? Mai really had a way with people. A way that I didn't understand. That's okay. I'll see you back at the room later, right?
Yeah!
Yeah, we can totally catch up. I'm about to say, don't go tell me, oh, I'm gonna room with these people. No, you're not. No, you need to stay with me. Well, if that's settled, let's go. Yeah. I didn't end up seeing much of Mai that day, or the next. At first I was a little worried that I wouldn't fit in without Mai to hang on to, but as the hours passed by and the days, or as the hours passed and the days went by, my worries faded away. After all, Jirard was always by my side. He was always worrying about me, always making sure I knew what references were referring to, and that I didn't feel quite so lonely. There we go. Words are things. He paid so much attention to me and was so kind that it was almost overwhelming. Oh no, Hana, don't appreciate the kindness. Jirard constantly did things for me and kept me in his thoughts. Meanwhile, here I was doing what? What was I doing for him? How was I helping him? As the weekend went on, I found myself questioning it more and more. Don't question it. There must be something more I could do to help Jirard. But what? Ooh. Finally, it was the night before we were set to go back to Asagao. Shifted my chair a little bit. The days of hanging out with Jirard in the Normal Boots Club, of sassing the Hidden Block Club, and secret Nerf wars in the hall were over. Aw. Even the convention goers themselves drastically thinned out. Suddenly, it was possible to go places without rubbing up against several sweaty strangers, and restaurant workers actually smiled at you when you ordered. I snuggled up under the blankets of my bed, just laying there, enjoying the warmth and relaxation. The next day, everything would be gone. All the carefree fun, the lack of stress, the bonding, the new things and the excitement, and the chance to spend so much time with Jirard. Reminds me a lot of Indie Pop. I mean, I did see Jirard at Indie PopCon, not in this like kind of scenario, but it does remind me a lot of Indie PopCon. So my best friend Caitlin, she was right when she said if you play this, it will remind you of Indie. Just trust me, because that's where she and I met, and she's awesome and amazing, and I love her. Okay, cool. Sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry that you know what I mean. All of it would be gone. But that was okay. After the practice and knowledge I gained, I was more ready than ever to go back to Asagao and kick some hidden block ass. Oh, nice, Hana. I giggled to myself, glad that Mai was at the last convention party of the trip. Excuse me. No doubt she'd have some wild stories to tell when I finally had time to see her. Someone knocked on my door, interrupted my thoughts, someone knocked on my door, interrupted my thoughts. I glanced at the clock. 10 p.m. What could they want? I went to the door and stood on my tiptoes, peering through the peephole. Ooh. Familiar spectacles greeted me through a fisheye view. Is that Satch? Satch? Is something wrong? Is Jirard with you? I know you were hanging out a lot this weekend. Satch tried to peer past me into my room, but I shook my head. The last I saw of him was at dinner, and then I came back here. He hasn't come back yet, and I'm worried. He wanted to get to sleep early so he'd be awake for the ride back. What? You don't think something happened to him, do you? Oh no. No, he's probably fine. I'm just worried. I think we're gonna go look for him. Thanks for your help, Hana. Wait. I stepped into the hallway, pulling the door shut behind me. I'm coming with you. Thanks. Yay! Damn right I'm coming with you! While Satch and the others searched inside the convention center, I walked up and down the street outside of it. Jirard said something about wanting to check out the shops nearby for Princess Pumpernickel, right? Oh no. I walked from one end of the block to the other and back again, too terrified of roaming the city alone to make it much further. When I was at Indy, actually, before I met up with, like, Caitlin, Travis, Jessica, all the other, like, awesome people I met, I was at a hotel by myself. Like, I wasn't near their hotels at all. It was like a 20-minute walk from the hotel to the convention center, so I always tried to do it during the daytime. Because being by yourself in an unfamiliar place is, like, really creepy, kind of, like, dangerous. So, yeah, don't ever, like, do that. If you have to go somewhere, like, please try to go with someone. Especially if, like, you know, you don't know self-defense or whatever, because I know a little bit, I know enough, but, you know, you never know. Okay. Surely he was somewhere around here, though. Surely he wouldn't have gone too far. What's that sound? What was that? An odd snoring kind of noise was coming from just inside the alleyway to my right. Was it a homeless person or... Be right back, guys. I'm back. Sorry. I heard something in another room and I was just like, I want to go figure out what this is, and it was a TV, so I was like, turn it down. Bella, are you okay? She keeps sneezing like crazy. Bella? You okay, baby? Okay, I guess she's okay. Was it a homeless person or... I swallowed heavily, heart pumping fast. If it was Jirard and I just left him out here, he'd definitely get mugged. Mugged and beaten and probably even kidnapped. Is this a choice coming up? Be strong, Hana. Be strong. Be strong for Jirard. It's Jirard. I tiptoed quietly into the alleyway. There, slumped against a brick corner, sat a sleeping Jirard, a small brown paper bag in his hands. Jirard! Jirard! I shook him by the shoulder, but he was completely non-responsive. I took out my phone to send a quick text to Satch, then remembered I never got his number. Crap. Damn it. I squatted next to Jirard, lightly smacking him across the face. I didn't want to leave him there to go find the others. If I could wake him up. Whoops. Jirard blinked heavily, staring sleepily at me. Jirard? I grabbed his hand and pulled him with all of my might. We've got to get you back to your room. Come on. He shook his head vigorously, clearly having no desire to leave his nice, comfy, abandoned alleyway slumped against a brick wall position. Jirard, come on! This time I smacked him hard across the face and his eyes opened. He turned to look at me and nodded thoughtfully. Are you coming? I gave his arm a tug and he got to his feet, nodding again. Okay. Come on, let me get you to your room. If there was ever anything I did to make him look if there was ever anything I did that made me look like someone who needed to be immediately incarcerated, this was it. Oh no. I was leading Jirard like a blind man, narrating the obstacles in the hall and trying to clarify exactly where I was taking him. Every time his eyelids drooped, I gave him a hard smack across the face. Hotel employees whispering behind their hands. I'm going to give you so much shit for this when we get back. Oh my gosh. Finally, I managed to pull him to his room and fish his key card out of his pocket. Feeling like some kind of thief, which admittedly wasn't that bad of a feeling. Hana, no. I pushed him into his room and shut the door. Jirard teetered on his feet like some kind of tower in the wind. I wish I could see what it said on his shirt. Oh. And I nudged him towards the bed by poking him in the belly. Stop it! Stop it! You deserve worse than this for what you put me through tonight. I pulled the sheets back and shoved him into bed and curled up with a happy sigh. Stupid. He wrapped his hands around his pillow and buried his face in it, happy as a kid in a cloud. Aww. It was kind of hard to be angry at him when he was being like that. Silly. Oh, I love it. I love the art for this game so much. I grabbed the edge of Jirard's blankets, carefully pulling it over his sleeping form. Thank you. Don't worry about it, Jirard. No, really. Thanks for being there for me. Jirard smiled into his pillow and slowly his breathing steadied out. Just like that, he was asleep. Does he have like sleeping like issues? I don't know, because when we were at Indie PopCon, Jirard did a panel with some friends. He did actually, Satch was on the panel, his friend Alex and their friend Kelly were all on the panel. Promoting like completionists, super beard bros, Satch, Kelly, everybody. So yeah, and a girl was apparently cosplaying as Hana, and this is before I knew anything really like in depth about Asagao. And Jirard was like, I know you, you're Hana, you tried to date me, or you did date me. And he talked about how the creators knew stuff, or put stuff in the game that he would call them and be like, how did you know about this? Like, so I wonder if this has anything to do with like something about him in real life. I don't know. Silly kitty. I'm gonna be like going off on tangents pretty regularly. An alarm clock by the bed caught my eye and I suppressed a giggle. Sorry, I'm checking time for videos and stuff because I still got some stuff to do tonight, but I wanted to record. I have hiccups. An alarm clock by the bed caught my eye and I suppressed a giggle. There we go. Excuse me. An itty bitty kitty alarm clock. He brought an itty bitty kitty alarm clock with him. Of course he did. You're the silliest person I've ever met. I gazed at his sleeping face. He looked so relaxed, so calm. I swept a lock of hair from his forehead. Then I was seized with the impulse to kiss him and my face flushed. No. Could I? No, he was sleeping. Get a grip on yourself, Hana. Yeah, no, you don't do that. The door opened and a nervous Satch burst through. Hana. Jirard. So you found him. One of the hotel staff told me a pink-haired girl was dragging a man with kittens on his shirt to some room. I hoped it was you. It's a good thing we're leaving tomorrow. They probably all think I'm trying to kill you guys. Oh, definitely. Death by cuteness. Aw, Satch, so smooth. Anyways, I need to get going. We've got to get up early tomorrow, you know? I do. Thanks for your help, Hana. You're a great friend. He grinned mischievously at me and I swallowed hard. Bye. Right, so see you tomorrow. I raced back to my room, face aflame. Was I really that obvious? Ugh, Satch was the worst. He's really not, he's the best. He's so cool. All of them are so cool. It was finally time to take the train back to Asagao. Maya and I woke up dead, so tired we didn't even bother changing out of our pajamas. Oh wow. I bet that's a good fashion statement. We dragged our luggage to the hotel lobby and climbed into the lobby chairs, setting our foreheads against our knees. It's not even light outside. This is hell. It didn't take long for the others to show up. Everyone except Jirard, Jirard, and Satch were still in their pajamas. PBG was clutching a pillow, and Jimmy was wrapped in a blanket like some kind of burrito. Oh, Jimmy's adorable, too. We traveled to the train station like a herd of zombies, only Jirard and Satch staying in conversation. Even though Jared was dressed, he still looked like he'd shoot anyone who looked at him the wrong way. We piled into the train, barely noticing who was with who. I followed Jirard and Jared into a compartment, and Mai followed me, of course. Jared's eyes widened, but it was too late to escape. The train rumbled into motion, and away we went. Poor Jared. Mai took a seat next to Jared, and after he gave me a pleading look, I took a seat on the other side of her. The train rumbled steadily down the track, a lulling movement almost like the rocking of a carriage. Mai was quiet for once, eyes compulsively falling shut. I watched her struggle to stay awake, occasionally snapping her head up like a dog trying to catch a fly, then falling lower again. Finally, her head lolled onto Jared's shoulder, and she was fast asleep. Jared glanced uncomfortably at her head, but even he wasn't rude enough to wake a sleeping girl. I hope they'd fall in love. At some point, I noticed Jared's leg fidgeting. He looked supremely uncomfortable and kept glancing at the compartment door. Why? Jared, you okay?
Hana?
Hana. He peeled Mai's head off his shoulder and handed her limp form to me. I really, really need to pee. Please take care of her. Aw, that's why he was so uncomfortable. Aw. Relieved of his burden, he dashed out the door. I tried to settle Mai on my shoulder, but no sooner had I leaned her against me than she fell directly into my lap. Mai, are you... Completely fine. A snort came from across the compartment. Jirard was clutching his mouth, trying hard to suppress his laughter. I shot him a glare. Hey, no worries. He shifted from his seat, now taking the open space next to me. If you guys hear that, there's a TV in the living room. My mom and brother are watching something. It's kind of loud. You look just as tired as her. You can use my shoulder as a pillow if you want. Oh, I would do that. Jirard smiled kindly at me, and again I found myself wondering what I did to deserve this from him. Was he being nice again just because? Did he want something from me? Girl, he wants to date you. No, that's alright. I'm gonna wait until we get back to Asagao.
Sure, I'll do what I can.
Okay, but if you need me, I'm right here. Jared entered the compartment again, and after a brief glance at the three of us, took Gerard's old seat across the way. Belly okay? Ice cold. I watched the tree speed past the train, my eyes getting heavier and heavier. But I could stay awake, definitely. No. I wasn't tired at all. I wasn't... A jolt shot me into alertness. I was leaning against something warm and soft. I pushed myself up, wiping drool off my face. Like, ugh. Have a nice nap? Jirard. You look like you slept well. I flushed and Mai giggled beside me. Oh, was Mai awake before I was? You were so cute the way you were snoring. Oh, no, I'm snoring. No. I didn't mind it. Oh, he's so precious. Mai gave me a look and I knew exactly what she meant by it. I would never live this down. And so, just like that, our convention getaway was over. Things were going back to normal. I gathered up my things and headed back to the Asagao campus, avoiding Jirard's eyes the entire time. What's... Chapter 3? Is that... Do we still have 2 chapters left? I can't remember if it ends at 3 or 4. Of course, the crystal shards themselves didn't protect people from the miasma. That was the myth the caravans gathered every year in order to keep their town safe from harm. The myrrh that crystal shards... That sounds like Inuyasha. As Mr. Zuko lectured in front of the class, I doodled absentmindedly in my notebook. That sounded just like Inuyasha. It is Inuyasha, because like the crystal shards and the Shikon jewel shards and miasma with Naraku and watch Inuyasha, it's great. I missed the convention. It was so much fun hanging out with everyone in Jirard, learning about video games with Jirard, wandering the convention in the city with Jirard. I sighed dreamily. What if every day was like that and I got to spend all my free time with him? He would teach me all there was to know about video games, talking me through all the stories I hadn't played, and showing me the completion bonuses I'd never gotten. We would laugh together and share food together, and then finally one day on our 50th wedding anniversary, when Jirard was an old shriveled prune of a man and I was a spitfire of an old woman, whoa, Hana, I would hand him his very own Princess Pumpernickel figure, and he would cry in joy as he looked at the figure and completed the quest that brought us together. Oh, she wasn't joking. Miss Mizuno. Miss Mizuno. Yes, what's wrong? Did they or did they not breed cows in the fields of Fum? Oh. The fields of fun? What? Disappointing. Pay more attention, please, or I'll be forced to have you stay after class. Oh, no. Yes, ma'am. Sheesh, Hana, where was your mind at? Not where it needed to be. Nowhere. Don't even worry about it. Nah, come on, Ma. You're supposed to call me out on that. Oh, jeez. I was really losing it. How completely embarrassing. But of course, when the time came for lunch and I was finally able to see Jirard again, I went shooting out of the door.
Hana!
Hana! I shot out into the hallway and was about to head for the staircase when...
Hana!
Hana! Jirard came running down the hallway in just as much of a rush as me, stopped by the door, flush.
Hi.
Jirard, hi! Do you have somewhere to go today? No, I was just, I was really hungry today. Jirard blushed and avoided my eyes, but came to stand beside me. Neither of us could keep the smiles off our faces. Anyways, ready to head to lunch? Yeah, I'm starving. Starving for that friendship. As I pushed open the door, that was stupid. As I pushed open the door and Jirard passed me by, I saw Mai and Jirard standing across the way. They were both staring at me with smug looks on their faces, and I knew exactly what they were thinking.
What?
What? Nothing. Jirard and I waltzed down to campus together, the sun soaking our faces. My mood was lifted as high as the clear blue sky, and I beamed. I felt really good today. Sorry guys, something's wrong with my mouth. It's so weird to be back at school after the con. Yeah, that was how I felt going to work, like the day after. I got in really late Monday morning, so like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Monday morning, and had to get up around 6 something to go to work. No, Tuesday morning is when I got back, because Monday is when I left Indy, because I was staying in the airport for like 6 hours or something like that. But anyway, I had to get up super early to go to work the next day, and I was walking around almost falling down, but it was so worth it. Isn't it? I miss it all.
Yes!
Me too. It was great to be able to see my friends all the time. It's great to be able to see my friends all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's so tough to be separated from everybody now. Yeah, it's lame. I wish every day could be like a con, even after we graduate from Asagao. But that would be pretty hard, wouldn't it? I'd have to buy more than a mansion. Maybe an entire road of houses just for my friends to live in. Always thinking about other people, that's just so selfless. But that would be so fun.
Right?
Wouldn't it? But it also costs a hell of a lot of money. Giddily, we entered the cafeteria, chatting animatedly. It was almost as though there was no one else in the room but Jirard. Anyways, Hana, I was wondering, I'm going into the city today to check for Princess Pumpernickel. There's a lead in a small shop there. Would you like to go with me? I know you're not too into IBKs, but
Yeah.
of course I would.
Really?
Really? Great. I wouldn't mind learning more about them either. Chibi Upa is really cute. You like her then? Oh, of course. She's on my desk lamp. I see her every morning when I wake up.
Huh.
That's great to hear. It's really cute. Pardon? So I'll see you after class? That's adorable. Definitely. Somehow the rest of the guys got to the table before us. Apparently we slowed down somewhere on our walk here. We sat down ready to rejoin them in normal conversation, but they dropped whatever they were talking about as we approached. I side-eyed Mai, but she just laughed. Whatever. I didn't care if my feelings for Jirard were obvious, just as long as he didn't find out. Shaking my head, that doesn't ever happen. If you think it's obvious, it's probably obvious. Just saying. Always been my experience. Shaking my head, I set my sights on the next few hours. Soon, Jirard and I would be in a train again, heading towards the city. Yay! Bella? Bella wants to be up here. Come here, Miss Thing. She's been having some rough times lately, but we took her to the doctor, and she's been eating more, so she weighs a little more now than she used to. Can I get a kiss? Thank you. I love you. You're my little baby. You can just sit here for a minute. while we play this game. Say hi to the people. Yay! I hope you're in the camera. Are you in the camera? Yay! So immediately after school, Jirard and I raced to the train station for the very first train to the city, giggling like maniacs. We made it to the stop just as it was boarding and piled into a compartment, wheezing like numbskulls. I have so many hiccups today. Looks like we got our exercise for today, didn't we? Oh, baby. You're so precious. Now Jirard, Bella. Yeah, we did. Oh, Bella, you want to get down? Where's the shop that we're heading to, anyway? It just opened. That's part of the reason I'm heading there. I need to put my feelers out. Feelers? What? The guy seemed like he was a big IBK collector, so if anyone's bound to have it, it's him. Anyways, how's your tournament practice going? Oh, it's not. Oh, right. That. Me when people are like, how's your studying for test going? Oh, right, that. After the excitement of the convention, I forgot that I still needed to practice for the tournament while I was here. We need to check our journal thingy. Okay, so we've got 25 journal points so far. He's also in slightly here. Okay. What will happen while we're there? I'm so nervous. Okay, I think that was the last one. Dear Diary, so I'm pretty sure Mai met that hot movie star and ended up breaking his heart. She's got pictures with him and he kept coming to her door. I had a heart attack. And then he was seen moping around the convention floor. Maybe I'm reading into this, but I was so scared for Jirard. The idiot! Who falls asleep in an alleyway? What if he died? And then he just expects me to be all okay with it just because he was horribly adorable? Screw this! Screw him! Or screw him! Screw this! Horribly adorable? Is that what that said? Did that say horribly adorable? It did. Horribly adorable. That just is a kind of a tongue twister. What time is it? Okay, cool. And so the convention is over, and I almost feel like I'm homesick. It's not the same kind of thing, but I wish I could go back. And forwards. I wish I could... Man, this is confusing. Does Jirard miss me as much as I miss him? It doesn't seem realistic, but I think I'm finally starting to hope. Alright, so that's where we're at right now. Okay, cool. Alright, so I still gotta practice. Cool. Seeing the guilty look on my face, Jirard shrugged.
Well...
Don't worry about it. We've got 3 weeks, so there's still time. Yeah. 3 weeks always seems like it's a lot of time. Until it's not anymore.
Oh.
I know what you mean. I haven't had time to practice much either.
Really?
Don't you do quick plays or something? You mean speedruns? They're called speedruns, and I don't just do any speedruns, but completionist speedruns. Get it right, Hana. I was like, what is a quick play?
Complete it.
Get every item in the game and complete it as fast as you can. It's just as time consuming as you would think, and it takes a lot of practice. My event also starts the earliest of all of them and goes the latest, so it's a bit of an ordeal. I had no idea games could be so stressful.
Huh.
Yes, they are. They're a way of life. We get breaks, and it's nothing compared to competitive RTS players or even MOBA games. Have you seen those? There he was again, spitting out jargon like I was supposed to know what it meant. I shook my head slowly. They're crazy, like real athletes. They can earn real athlete money, too. It's crazy how much things have changed in the last few years. Games are art. Games are sports. Games are trash. Games are friendships. Games are communities. Games are stories. Games are characters. Games are creations. It's such a big, wide world out there. I can't imagine anyone could just not be interested in it or write them off, but a lot of people do. Jirard is like, it's like exactly how I feel about games and things. I feel like I somehow touched a nerve, but nodded politely. I didn't grow up with games, so I never thought about how important they could be to people. Oh, I thought that he like put his hand down and was like, how dare you? He wouldn't do that. The train shuddered to a stop and a little chime played. Jirard and I headed into the city.
Well...
Okay, the look on his face changed. Good. I'm about to say, please don't still be grumpy. Well, think about it this way. None of us would be friends without games. That is true. Or maybe some of us might be, but not all of us. We have this thing to unite us when everything else fails. He sighed. And remember how I was talking about having all my friends live in houses near each other? That might not ever happen, but we'll always be able to play games together. And that's basically the same thing. I nodded slowly. Jirard's friends are clearly very important to him, and so are games. That is 100% true, I believe. So then, do you have plans for the future? Jirard looked up from his phone, glancing across the street, then beckoned for me to follow him. Future plans?
Nope.
Nope. He beamed at me, then led the way across the crosswalk.
Really?
No? Just no? I hurried after him, completely confused. Much of my life was spent in anxiety for one particular reason. I did not have a passion. Okay, I was about to say, maybe we can relate on this, but that's not the case. My passion is art, and video games, and chemistry a little bit, I guess. It's a long story. I would watch my mother and my father work together at their jobs, complementary work, both dedicating all their time and energy to their own creative pursuits, and wondered whether something was wrong with me. My dad would pat my head and tell me to live my life happily, because I did not need to know how. Or I did not need to know now, but that didn't help. Without passion, life was incomplete. That was the picture I got. I didn't have the desire to keep working on something just because I enjoyed it. Eventually I'd get tired, and if I didn't have to spend more time on that thing, I wouldn't. The only times I did were when other people were involved. I got good grades, so I'd be praised, and so I was good at something. If nothing else, if not bold or creative or athletic, I was smart. Because that was me in like elementary school. I was like, I can study and do good in school, do well in school. But now I'm just like, hey, I draw and create art and stuff, and I enjoy it a lot. But that was all I ever felt I had going for me. Yeah, no, I haven't figured that out yet. But you're so talented. You could pick anything you want to do. All I really want to do is entertain. Or maybe play video games. Or do both. It'd be great to find a way to do both, but I don't know that there is yet. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll find something though. Or I can create my own thing. I love his laugh. I'm sure it'll work itself out. Jirard. Rather than inspire me for the first time, Jirard's positive attitude grated my nerves. Things aren't always as easy as that, though. You need to survive. You can't just not pick a field because you haven't figured it out yet. You can't just create your own job. Hana, quit. Why not? Hana, stop. There are bills to pay. Jirard looked at me quizzically, and I stopped myself. Right. You probably wouldn't understand what it was like to worry about where your next paycheck came from. These people, all of them, came from wealthy families. They didn't have the same problems I did. Never mind.
All right.
Well, here we are. Was that a bad? Did I do a bad? I still got 25 points. Oh, did I do a bad? Oh no. Oh no. I hope Caitlin isn't being like, no, on her screen. She knows like all the endings. She's played them all like 3 or 4 times now. Well, here we are. Jirard pointed to a small shop with an open sign in the window. It didn't even have a title over its entryway yet. A paper hung in the door with Jaeger's finds in black Sharpie. After you. Jirard and I stepped into the shop. It was small, cramped, and somewhat dingy. Rows of wire racks stood across the room every few feet. If they were placed any closer together, there wouldn't be room to walk. I peered at the different things lining the shelves. Game discs, portfolios of cards, small figures with numbers across their bases, dice, plushies, bouncy balls, as Jirard made a beeline for the man at the counter.
Hello.
You wouldn't happen to have a Princess Pumpernickel figure lying around, would you? The man behind the counter scoffed as if the answer should have been obvious. If it ever comes in, could you let me know? Jirard exchanged information with the man who tisk at him. I could tell from the way he was shaking his head, dreadlocks trembling, that he thought Jirard's search was hopeless. Oh. We returned to the street outside, Jirard no worse for wear than before. As we headed back to the train station, I finally asked what had been on my mind for some time. Hana, you better not screw this up. Jirard, why exactly do you collect things?
I like what I like.
Why? Well, because I like them, of course. Okay, that's fine, but why do you need to complete your collections? It seems like a lot more work than it's worth, and it probably costs a lot, too. Well, he stroked his beard carefully as we sat across the crosswalk, just like, well, you know, I mean, why do people do anything? That's a hard question to answer. In the end, it's because I want to, and that should be enough. And completing them gives me a sense of accomplishment and closure. I get a sense of satisfaction when I look over everything I've done. I kind of feel that too. I know it sounds silly, but in another way I look at the collections and I remember how I've changed.
See what I mean?
It's like, oh, that used to matter to me a lot. He shook his head. I don't know. Haven't you ever collected something? Excuse me. Yeah, but never on purpose.
Really?
Really? Never? Someone just gave you all the things you collected and you never bought something for yourself? Nope, I stopped mid-sentence. There was a shop window to my right, a craft shop with lovely patterned papers and yarns.
Hana.
Hana, you okay?
What?
What? I blinked. I'd stopped in the middle of the road. Oh gosh, a man walking past scoffed at me, annoyed that I was in his way. I stuck my tongue out at his back. The paper is really pretty, that's all. You like origami?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my parents are really creative and they taught me how to fold things. I got really good at it after around the time my mother passed. I haven't done it much since then though.
Hey.
You should do it more often. It seems like you like it. No, that's okay. Come on, we're going to miss the train. As we sat in our compartment on the way back to Asagao, I couldn't help but review the conversation in my mind. I understood that it was just the way Jirard was, but it didn't seem a good enough reason for all the effort he was going through. It was a figure after all. It wouldn't give him lasting happiness or anything. Yeah, well, completing the collection will give him lasting happiness. Jirard was staring at the window, a troubled look on his face. Oh, why is he troubled? You know, thinking about it more, at this point, I might do it more because it's who I am than anything else. I'm shifting in my chair, guys. Sorry, because I've been sitting like on my foot because it helps me get taller, kind of. It's just sitting on something else. Do what? Collect I knew it. It's fun, and it's a part of me by now. It gives me a quest to go after and something to define myself by, right? I'm probably gonna have to quit in a few minutes, guys.
Exactly.
Hopefully I get to some good place to stop. I'm dedicated and disciplined and persistent, and if I work hard enough, I'm rewarded for it. I like that feeling. It feels like I can impact things. I think that's something everybody needs in their life. Impact things? Jirard nodded. Don't you have something like that? By the time we got back to campus, or don't you have something like that? Night had fallen. We jogged for the entrance and Jirard escorted me back to Primrose House.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming with me, Hana. No, thank you. It was fun to spend time with you again. I'm sorry you didn't find Pumpernickel. Jirard shrugged. That's okay. It gives me something to look forward to. He pumped a fist into the air. Yeah.
Finish it.
Someday I shall prevail.
See you later.
Anyways, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye, Hana. Have a good night. I headed for my dorm room, a resolution formed in my mind. If Jirard was going to find Princess Pumpernickel, he'd need more than just his eyes looking for them. Tomorrow, I would find Princess Pumpernickel. And that's how I found myself riding the train after school the next day, not even taking the time to change. Oh, I'll go for another minute or so. If there's a way I could find Jirard's elusive Princess Pumpernickel, and then I could present it to him, I wanted to make him happy. And if he was happy, I would be happy too. Okay. I wandered the city aimlessly, watching people float by me with a sinking feeling. Where was I even supposed to go to find it? I wanted to check some out of the shops, maybe junk and antique shops, and the collection of old nerdy stores run by people who were just as big as fans as Jirard was. I'd run willy-nilly into the city without even playing to my name. With a sigh, I pulled out my phone and typed IBK figures into the search engine. Oh, there was only a few feet away? Oh, there was one only a few feet away? I zoomed in on the map, trying to figure out where the hell I was in relation to the directions it was giving. It seemed to be on the other side of this block, but which way was I supposed to go? I glanced up and around me, and then came to a full stop. There was an alley just to my right, and through it I could see the orange and purple sign of Neil's Electronics and etc.
Yay!
Awesome! I started into the alley. What a convenient shortcut. Who looks at an alley and thinks, oh, this is a great shortcut? Oh, gosh. I hated navigating cities more than anything, as much as I liked the cities themselves. I wasn't familiar enough with them, so they were incredibly daunting. Especially with the way people brush past you like they didn't care at all. Most people don't. Even with Southern hospitality we got down here. I'm from the South. But as I reached the middle of the alley, a looming figure stepped out in front of me. Why, hello there, miss. Who the heck are you? A man with a mile-long pompadour stepped out to block my path to the store, twirling a chain with something glinting on its end. My eyes followed the glinting thing, trying to catch a glimpse of what it was, and noticing this, he brought it to a standstill. My heart stopped. It was a knife. That's a real nice backpack you got there. Come from a rich family, do you? I backed away slowly, clutching my backpack to my chest with both hands. Are they doing the bad time music? Yep, it's the bad time music. Sorry guys, I have the volume like super low, so I can't really hear it. I can hear like the voices and stuff kind of, but so it doesn't interfere with it. This is bad. Okay. My entire month's allowance was inside of it. Without it, how was I supposed to eat? The robber sneered. I don't suppose you want to let me have a look at the inside of that, eh? Maybe you'd even want to give it to me.
No!
No! I turned around and started to run, but didn't get far. A sharp jolt of pain shot through my ankle and I cried out. I fell face first into the ground, biting my lip as I fell. Ow. The iron taste of blood tickled my tongue and I sped it to the side. I tried to stand, but the pain made me fall back to the ground. The robber walked casually up to me. Easy as taking candy from a baby. He held the knife in one hand, reaching out to me with the other. I scooted away as quickly as I could, eventually running into the wall. There was nowhere left to go, but the knife kept coming closer. Tears in my eyes, I flung my arms over my head. Jirard, help! Oh, shoot. Well. What's going on here? And Jirard was there. I lowered my arms, completely flabbergasted. Jirard stood in the alleyway, a semi-pleasant look on his face as if he were greeting an old friend instead of confronting an armed robber. You!
Hey!
Baggy! So we meet again. The robber, Baggy, stepped away from me, holding the knife up towards Jirard. They seemed to know each other somehow. Jirard stepped between me and Baggy, a dangerous glint in his eye. I quickly scooted behind him.
Jirard.
Jirard, if you wouldn't mind laying off Hana, that would be great. I doubt you'd like Mistress Valletta to hear about this. You wouldn't dare. I'd slit your throat before you got the chance. Jirard pulled his cell phone out of his pocket. It already open in his hand. He turned the screen towards Baggy, thumb hovering over the send button. Would you? Baggy glanced around himself, trying to figure out some way to escape. Finally, he looked back at Jirard, rage practically shooting off of him. You haven't heard the last of me, Jirard. Someday I will have my revenge.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, tell it to your mother. And make sure to tell her hi. What is going on? I will. She says hi back. What? What? Nice. Baggy pocketed his knife and wandered out of the alley, heading to who knows where. Jirard watched until he was out of sight, then bent down next to me.
Hana.
Are you okay? What are you doing all the way out here and in an alley by yourself? How did you know that man? Me and the Backstreet used to go to school together. Such a card, that one. Card. But are you okay? Tears filled my eyes. I was so relieved to see him. The impact of what just happened was finally hitting me, and my throat tightened until I couldn't reply. Jirard's gaze traveled from my face to my hands clasped tightly around my ankle.
Phone. What?
Wait, are you hurt? I... Exactly! Jirard swept me up into his arms as if he were carrying a princess. Oh, Princess Pumperdingle? Sorry. He smiled at me, readjusting his grip. I put my arms around his neck, instinctively trying to make it easier for him. What time is it? It's 11. Okay. Don't worry. I've got you. Jirard. I'm taking you to the infirmary. You can't afford hospital fees, right? Don't worry. I'll always be here when you need me. Jirard started out of the alley. As soon as we emerged into the street, people started to stare, giving Jirard very strange looks. My mind finally caught up with what was happening, and I buried my face into his shoulder. Jirard, put me down. I'm fine. I can walk on my own.
Nope.
No, under no circumstances. What if it gets worse? Besides, you're hardly heavy at all. So he said, though I could feel his shoulders straining underneath me. I no longer saw the people around me. All I felt were Jirard's arms and the steady bobbing motion of his walk. It was comforting and steady, and finally I realized what could possibly have happened to me had Jirard not been there. Then I started to sob, unable to hold it in any longer. Jirard. Jirard, I was so scared. Jirard patted me as gently as he could from the way he was awkwardly holding me.
Hana.
Well, you don't need to be anymore. I'm here for you. Jirard's shoulder muffled my sobs, and I didn't pull away from him until we got back to Asagao. Okay, that's probably the best place to stop. Jirard pulled open the door. Okay. 1,000 paper cranes. Jirard lives in a fairy world? What? Wait, go back. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, cool. 1,000 paper cranes. Jirard lives in a fairy world. As much as I want to believe that if you close your eyes and click your heels 3 times, everything will come true and you'll be happy and in the job of your dreams and everything will be fine, it just won't. Life isn't like that, but maybe it is for someone like him. Excuse me. Jirard pulled open the door to the nurse's office, carrying me through. I have hiccups. So yeah. Oh, wait. I can't forget special little buddy. Yeah. Where's the camera? Yeah, there we go. Yay. Okay. So, I'm really glad to be back recording, guys. It'll be kind of sporadic and everything with school and such, and school is just now starting to get, like, really intense, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm really glad to be playing this again. I'm so excited, and this is so intense. Oh my gosh. This is, like, one of the most intense routes I've played, and I've played every other route so far. But yeah, if you guys liked it, let me know. Likes, comments, concerns, you just want to say hi. Not likes. Comments, concerns, you just want to say hi. If you liked it, let me know. Not like, anyway, I don't even know anymore. But yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I hope you had a fantastic week in past weeks. And just thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. It means so much to me. And the channel is almost at a year, which is like beyond comprehension for me because I still can't believe it. But you guys are amazing, and like, you know, thank you so much for everything. It's really awesome. But you know, as always, I'll see you all later.